Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Critical Beauty Salon. Today, I have a special guest. Her name is Maria Vilches. She's competing for Miss Grand Cuba 2023, and I'm so excited to meet her and to talk to her live. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to write them down in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to read the questions to her. So, for now, we're just waiting for her to enter the chat room. Okay, I think she is entering the room right now. Let's admit her. Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Maria. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I know that you had an interview with my good friend, Ko, in Thailand earlier today. I wanted to see it. I wanted to watch it, but I usually don't get up out of bed around 9 o'clock. So it was too early for me to watch it. But so I barely caught, I think, the last 10 minutes of it, and I was still in the shower. I was like watching your interview with her in the shower. Okay, well, damn. But you know what? I'm gonna watch the entire interview, okay, later on.
Okay.
So but I'm so excited to talk to you, to meet you, because you, first of all, there has never been a Miss Grand Cuba pageant in the United States per se.
Right.
And I'm glad to tell our audience that this year is going to be held for the first time, and it will take place in Florida, I believe,
In
in
Tampa. In
Tampa.
Tampa. Yeah.
And I think the date is August 20th. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on August 20th, Miss Grand Cuba 2023 pageant live in Tampa, Florida. And that's one thing. The second thing is that I haven't done any live interviews since the beginning of 2023. So you are, my young girl, the first contestant, the first pageant personality that I'm actually interviewing in 2023. So,
Wow.
so I'm really, really, really happy for that. So so let's get things started. Of course, a lot of people don't know who you are. I know who you are, and also from the bio that your national director has sent me, I know a bit of you, but we want to know more about you, who the real Maria Vilches is. So please tell us a little about yourself.
Well, first, I have to say that thank you for having me. Thank you for having us, because I know you're gonna be having all the queens with you later on in the month. But for those who doesn't know me, my name is Maria Karla Vilches Rios. I am currently 19 years old. I was born and raised in La Habana, Cuba, and I was brought into the US when I was 13, which 7 years ago. And my family decided to immigrate to the United States, obviously looking for a better future for me and my sister. And I started modeling classes 6 months after I got to the United States, which it was fantastic for me because it was the time that I had to let my mind go out of the culture crash that I had. You know, trying to adapt to the new country, the new English and stuff like that. So after that, I did my first pageant in 2019 when I was 15. And for my first pageant, it went great because I won. And yeah, and then I went to compete in Guatemala in Miss Teenager, which I got first runner up, which
Wow.
it was Yeah,
Yes.
it was great for my first actually international pageant.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Well,
And then
go ahead.
I want to say that actually Miss Grand International Cuba, well, Miss Grand Cuba and Miss International will open the doors again for me to do a new pageant.
Yes. Okay. This is another important information that I would like to share with our viewers. The Miss Grand Cuba pageant will actually select two winners. Two Cuban girls, one to represent Cuba in Miss Grand International, which will take place in Vietnam on October 25th. And the second winner will be crowned Miss International Cuba, who will represent Cuba in Miss International, I think, next year. So obviously, which of these two crowns do you want for you?
I'm really open to receive any of the two crowns. I just want to go out there, you know, and just represent my country and represent who we are.
Wonderful. Oh, by the way, do you like the banner that I made for you?
I love it. I was gonna
Love
tell you, it's fantastic. I love, you know, to I'm talking to you, but I'm also seeing me, so it's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. But you have so many beautiful pictures on your social media. It was very hard
Thank
for
you.
me
I appreciate
to
you.
select, but I do like the swimsuit that you're wearing.
You
Do you know?
do?
Yeah, I love it. Do you know who the designer is? Because it's very unique. It is a very unique cut.
I don't know. I know I bought it on online, so I don't know who the designer is, but I mean, I can look and let you know.
Please. Yeah. Well, I hope whoever the designer is, gets to maybe sponsor the swimsuit wear for the Miss Grand Cuba
Yeah,
this year. So
yeah,
I really love it. It's very sexy, but at the same time, it's very fashionable. It's very modern, and it's very
yeah.
so it really.
It's really funny because when I was looking for something to wear, I was here in the house and I was looking at the bikinis that I had. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to wear. I don't have nothing. And then my mom came and she's like, oh, I bought this one for you on the internet. You want to wear it? I'm like, okay, I see. I'm like, where you got this? So it's funny. She was the one that actually got it for me.
That's wonderful because it really suits your physique very, very, very
Yeah.
well. Yeah. It's hard to say whether it's a one piece or a two piece because it has all these straps. Is it like a
Yeah.
one piece? It's not a one
No,
piece.
it's two piece.
It's two piece. Okay. It looks like a one piece from this picture. But I also love your profile. Okay. Because I like your hairdo. I like your makeup and your complexion. You have a very gorgeous, beautiful complexion.
Thing.
It's you're very you have, I think, an olive skin. Most, I think, Caribbean girls have olive skin because of
Yeah.
the sun and of the beach. Now, how did you, okay, I know that Miss International, Miss Teen Universe was your first international pageant. Did anyone like really push you to enter pageants, or did you actually have any fantasy of competing in pageant, or was it a combination of both?
Well, to be completely honest with you, when I did my first pageant as a 15-year-old, I didn't have the knowledge of pageantry. I really started more of like competition, that it will be fun, that it will be through modeling, that I will be representing my country. But it wasn't really because I wanted it to do a pageant. You
Mhm.
know, it was more of that fun competition with modeling. But my passion for modeling started growing a little bit after my name, it wasn't my name anymore. It wasn't Maria anymore. I was called Cuba. So I started feeling more of that passion to represent my country and to represent who we are throughout the time, throughout the experiences that I gained with pageantry. And that's basically how it all happened.
You actually competed in Top Model of the World representing
I
Cuba.
did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're actually you're a model, you're a professional model, and also as a student at the same time. So what is the difference, do you think, let's say, between competing in a modeling competition as opposed to modeling in a traditional pageant competition?
Well, for me, the differences was that on pageantry, you do get a lot more to the world, into inspiring people, and then into how can I say this? You do give more to the community and to all the jobs that you do with the projects and stuff like that. And rather on the top model competition, it is more about, you know, modeling and just giving about the runway and focusing more on those things.
Mhm. In other words, in a modeling competition, you don't have to smile as much as you have to when you're competing in a pageant. A lot of people don't know that because a lot of people
Yeah.
can't tell the difference between a modeling competition and a pageant. But then again, in today's pageants, I think you are expected, if you're a contestant, you are expected to have some modeling experience. It's almost impossible not have some modeling experience when you compete in a pageant. And I think you know your modeling experience definitely is a big advantage in competing for Miss Grand Cuba. So that's good. Now, every girl who desires to compete in a pageant usually face certain challenges. To you, what were some of the challenges that you had to face before entering any pageant or modeling competition?
Yeah. Well, honestly, I faced a couple of them. Um, when I did my first pageant, obviously I was 2 years here in the United States. So obviously I felt a little bit more disadvantaged than the other girls just because I was still trying to adapt to everything that I was still going around me and to, you know, the United States. So I did feel a little bit disadvantaged, just a little bit of confidence that it was missing from my part. Um, Now after I won the national pageant, when I went internationally, what I faced was the critique that it was not, well, it was not really a critique, it was more of a stereotype
Mhm.
that people will see my sash in my chest, that it will say Cuba, and they would be like, "Oh my God, you're Cuban! Wow, you don't look Cuban." And then that would be like, "Oh, okay. What am I supposed to look like?"
Exactly. It's funny you mentioned that because Cuba is very ethnically and racially diverse.
Yeah.
Um, I've never been to Cuba, but I've seen a lot of pictures and movies that were shot in Cuba, and I was surprised to see a lot of light-skinned, blonde, blue-eyed Cubans, correct?
Yeah, just because of our background, we have a little bit of, you know, Africans and also Spain.
Mhm,
So like Europeans. So it's just a mix. That's why we're so diverse.
mhm. So what is your background?
European. I come
European
from my background's from Spain,
from
from
Spain.
Andalusia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that a lot of Cubans come from that region,
Yeah.
in Spain. So I guess when you hear somebody from Spain who speaks Spanish, do you find their accent peculiar, funny, or
No, I love it. I
love
love
it?
it. It's one of my favorites actually. I like to watch a lot of series on Netflix, and my favorite series, I'm from Spain.
Okay,
So
that's
maybe that has to do a little bit with, you know, the whole background. It runs in the blood.
okay. Well, I told you that I've never been to Cuba. I always wanted to go there. Now, how would you convince somebody like me to go visit Cuba? Where would you take me?
Well, I I will take it to a couple places.
Okay, I'm
So
excited.
first I will take you to my neighborhood.
Okay.
So so you could see where I come from if you will be going with me. So you could know a little bit of my background, so you can see all the kindness, all the good people that we have, and you know, the experience that I lived throughout my childhood. I will also take you obviously to La Habana, which it will be like the downtown La Habana, like
Mhm,
the downtown of La Habana. There's a lot of fun there. More than fun, there's a lot of history as well. We
mhm,
have a lot of history, so
mhm.
that's awesome. That's obviously interesting as well. But yeah, walking in the streets of Havana will make you feel, welcome, fun, happy, and yeah.
Well, I love history. I'm a big fan of anything vintage, anything old, anything historic. And the vintage or his old photos of Havana that I've seen on the internet have not really much changed. When you
No,
see
not at
old,
all.
yeah, you see old cars from the 1950s, old buildings from the 1950s. That's exactly what attracted me to visit these places because I love history. Yeah, but it's just the challenge I think for Cubans is how to restore or how to preserve these old buildings because they're so beautiful. I really, a lot of them are falling apart, but nevertheless they add a lot of charm and and beauty to Havana, to old Havana. Now, Cuba is very famous for Cuban cigars. Do you smoke cigars?
No, I don't. I personally don't. I don't like it. But
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I have never tried it. But it has never interested me. But I know a lot of Cubans do. I remember my grandpa in the house was smoking his little cigar, and my great grandpa as well.
Okay. Have you heard of Desi Arnaz? Okay, well, you're way too young to remember him. He was a Cuban band leader, and then he emigrated from Cuba to America. He married a famous American actress named Lucy Ball, and they have a very big comedy hit TV show called I Love Lucy, way back in the 1950s. So he played a lot of good Cuban music, and just listening to his music sort of made me interested as well in Cuban music. Now, Cuba has its own very interesting type of music, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you describe Cuban music compared to, let's say, Dominican or Puerto Rican music?
Well, I feel like I mean every country has its own, spicy, like its own way of the music. But us Cubans, we have my favorite genre of the music in Cuba will be salsa. It's the
Yes.
funnest.
Yeah.
It's the funnest because it's the funnest to dance.
Mhm.
So it is very sassy, it is very fun. You get to move and you get to express your happiness through it. So I used to back when I lived in Cuba, I took a lot of dance classes and that included salsa. Of
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure you must have heard of Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, correct?
course.
All right, because if you haven't, you're not a real Cuban, okay?
my
I mean,
favorite Cuban, my favorite Cuban singer, if I will say it, would be Celia Cruz.
oh my God,
Her songs.
I have her in her collection. I have her CD collection. I play it like all the time. Like once in a while, when I feel sad and depressed, I just put on some Celia Cruz music. Voila, I'm happy all over again. Yes. So
Yeah.
people out there, if you don't know Celia Cruz, Google Celia Cruz and buy and listen to her music. Okay, amazing Cuban performer. Now, um, how do you describe Cuban food? Do you eat a lot of rice and beans?
It is my favorite, obviously. Cuban
Okay.
food is my favorite. I've been eating Cuban food forever. My grandma cooks. So she obviously cooks the traditional food, which is rice, every type of beans, white beans, black beans, pinto beans, every type. And a lot of meat, a lot of pork meat, a lot of meat. And that has been probably one of my hardest challenges to leave that food aside
Well, yeah,
for
because for the competition.
for
Yeah,
the competition. Yeah.
yeah. Because I think rice, I mean, I love rice as well. I love beans. But when you're competing in a pageant, if you're eating too much carbs, it'll show.
Of course.
You don't
Yeah.
want to look bloated or,
Yeah.
or look pregnant even.
Especially in the Cuban food, we also do like a lot of condiments with salt and all of that, which is not good. It's delicious, but it's not good.
Now, do you like spicy foods?
I do.
You do? Okay.
I do.
I like spicy food, but not not the ones that are really, really very hot, because
Yeah.
when you eat something hot, you feel like grabbing a glass of water and just, drown it down with all the spices, So it's good, but at the same time, it's not good.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I would like to read some of the comments on our YouTube channel. Critical Beauty Salon people, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so now. Please help this channel grow so I can interview more pageant queens. Everybody's saying hello to Maria. Beautiful woman, beautiful, beautiful. Somebody saying salsa is the best. And I think Lisa Garcia, who is the national director of Miss Grand Cuba, is also watching. Lisa Garcia, I love you. Hope to see you in Tampa for Miss Grand Cuba pageant. So yeah, people are sending you love on my channel, so that's great. That's wonderful. Now, I'm sure you have a lot of friends, Maria, right?
I do.
You do.
Well, I have a lot of friends and a lot of family too. My
Okay.
family is very big.
Okay, so to those people who know you quite well, good friends, close friends, and your family, how would they describe you in 3 words?
Well, I recently actually asked this question to one of my friends, to one of my closest friends, and she told me, you know what, Maria, I appreciate you a lot, and I think that if I was to describe you in 3 words, it would be caring, a warrior, and definitely a hardworking woman.
Okay, well, you know what? Those are 3 good qualities that any beauty queen should have, right?
Yeah, I mean, I believe.
Yeah. So, Miss Grand Cuba, if you're looking for a specific title holder winner who possesses all those wonderful qualities, maybe you're looking at her right now. Now, of course, as a Cuban, Latinos in general love to have fun. What do you like to do for fun, Maria?
Well, in my free time, which I don't really have a lot, with school and work and getting ready for the pageant. Luckily, one of my favorite things to do are incorporated in my preparation to the pageant, which is working out, going to the gym. Before I even started pageantry, I have always gone to the gym to work out. I feel like it is more than just doing a cardio and working out. It relieves a lot of stress for me. It helps me a lot to keep on going throughout the day and to feel more relieved of any other problems I could be having. Besides from that, I just spend a lot of time with my family, family gatherings. I also like to sit in the beach and just relax there. We have a spot here by South Beach and South Point where you sit and you see the cruises go and leave. So that's really something that I like to do, just to distress.
Yeah, I think, well, I've been to Miami a few times, and I think there are some beautiful areas in Miami, especially the beach, where people can just relax, meditate, and feel centered. Because, being in a big city, obviously there's a lot of noises and pollution and distractions. So you need to find a special place somewhere in the town where you can be, your own self. Now, as far as workout is concerned, what type of exercises do you like doing?
Well, before I was doing a little bit more of like lifting heavy weights and stuff like that. But obviously when I started doing the pageantry, I started doing more cardio just to trim down and look more lean and stuff like that. More free weights.
Yes, free weights. Do you do aerobics at all?
I'm sorry?
Do you do aerobics?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, like dancing. Dancing is a form of aerobics.
Yeah, we have in my gym we actually have like a Zumba class. So it's very fun, it's the teacher and then like all of the people are dancing. So it is very fun.
You know the reason why Latinas in general have great catwalks and look good in swimsuit is because of salsa. when
Yeah.
you the more salsa that you dance, the more it's good for your hips. And
Yep.
when you sway your hips, you look amazing in swimsuit. So I can't wait, girl, to see you in that swimsuit. And Lee's commented that you are the runway warrior.
Yeah. That's like a hashtag we have created, and it's basically the runway. It
Well,
is very funny.
all right. So you other girls who are competing with Maria, you better watch out for her, okay? Because she's gonna kill the runway, all right? So beware, I'm warning you. All right. Well, of course, after workout, you have to drink water. How much water do you drink? Glasses of water a day do you drink?
Well, I haven't actually like counted how much water I drink throughout the day, but I do try to stay hydrated throughout the day. Like in the morning, just a glass of water, a bottle of water. In the gym, I do drink a lot of water just to keep hydrated, and because it's obviously good also for your skin and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I try to stay as much hydrated as I can throughout the day.
Right. Do you drink soda or any of these?
No,
Okay. It's not,
no.
it's not good for you anyway.
Luckily, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's all
Because
sugar.
I know, like for example, my sister, she likes it, so it's just like she wants it. I don't like it, so I don't really crave it. I'm fine with water, and I do like some lemonade. I do like lemonade.
Yes,
Oh
lemonade.
well, lemonade is more healthy.
Yeah, you know what I do? I think when a person grows older, it becomes harder to lose weight and sometimes you have all the extra baggage somewhere in your stomach or in your abs. So I found out that when you drink a glass of water 1 hour before breakfast, a glass of water that has 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and some lemon juice and some cayenne pepper. You drink it an hour before breakfast. You do it for, let's say, 2 weeks, and all the old fat in your stomach will melt away, will dissolve.
Wow,
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's great. That's a great
yeah.
tip.
So if you do that, it'll save you a lot of money from having a
Hmm.
tummy tuck or a operation or surgery, right? Which you don't need, you don't need right now, because you're young. Earlier, we talked about rice and beans. Would you consider yourself a foodie?
Definitely. Definitely. I love food, all types of food. Um, Pizza, Cuban food includes a lot of rice and beans, pastas. I love Korean food. I love every kind of food.
Okay, so if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, Maria, what would it be?
I think it would be white rice with eggs, with fried eggs.
White rice with fried eggs?
Yes. I know it's funny.
That's okay.
But
Hey, it's your body.
I know, but I remember in Cuba when I used to come from school, my grandma used to always serve me of rice and eggs and fried eggs. So I think that really like made me love it so much. And sometimes I'm here in the house and there's plenty of food. There's meat, there's vegetables and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I want to eat rice and eggs. I crave a rice and eggs.
Well, in that case, you better have a good supply of rice and eggs in your pantry. Okay.
I do.
You never ever will ever miss them. Or you can probably raise your own chickens. You can have a farm, your own farm, and raise chickens, and you have plenty of eggs that you eat.
Yeah, I know. That's actually funny because it's one of my desires and one of my dreams that when I have a home, hopefully I can have enough big home that I can have a little bit of farm. I want to have a little bit of everything. I want to have chickens, turtles. Well, here in my house, I have 2 turtles. I have a cat. I have a dog. She just gave birth to a cat, so I had 4 babies. So I do like animals a lot.
Yeah, I think. Well, if you plan to raise a lot of animals, you definitely need to live in a farm. That's the only way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's wonderful. That's amazing. Now, here's an interesting question. When you're having a bad day, what do you do to make yourself feel better? Like for me, all I need, like I said, mentioned earlier, I listen to Celia Cruz and other uplifting music. What about you? What do you do?
Well, I use music a lot as well, but the thing that keeps me motivated more or brings me up more is to relate a lot more to my, especially my mom. She sees me, she obviously notices way fast, and then she comes up to me, she's like, "What's wrong with you? Why you feel bad?" She gives me, I tell her the problems, she gives me the best advices, and honestly, that's one of the best things that brings me up, that makes me, feel better and keep going. Obviously, whatever might be happening to you, it will only last for a little. There will be there'll be better times and there will be better moments. So I try to stick with that mindset and just to leave the negative things aside and to be more positive always.
You know what? We cannot survive life without our mothers, I think. I think especially the bond between a mother and daughter, I think
It's unique.
it's very unique and it's also unbreakable. And I think daughters out there should be very lucky to have their mothers as, their guide to life, so to speak. Because a lot of young kids these days, they lack respect towards their parents. They
Yeah.
don't they don't respect them anymore. They think they know better than their own parents. So that's why in a way I like Latin culture and also Asian culture, being Asian myself, where we cherish our families. I think it's something very, very positive. So more
Mhm.
people should actually imitate
Yeah,
us.
I believe that comes from your education, the way that you were raised. I was raised in a very warm family. I have, as I told you, I have a really big family. So we have always grew up together, always sharing stuff, always, complimenting each other. So, and towards the respect to the mother, it's just the way that you were raised and the way that how mature you are to actually, you know, be aware of all the sacrifices that your mother have done for you, and now not only your mother but also your father as well. Anyhow,
That's You mentioned you have a big family. How many siblings do you have?
well, I have a sister.
Okay.
I only have one sister, older sister, but I have more like aunts and cousins. I have three cousins and my aunt, my uncle. And here in my house, I live with my two parents, my sister, and my grandma and my grandpa.
Okay. Do you still have relatives in Cuba?
I do. I
Do.
do. I have my grandparents from my dad's side.
Have they ever visited Florida?
Them?
Yeah.
No,
So they're not allowed to.
no.
They're allowed. Okay, all right. So that's very strange. But people, as an American, I can visit Cuba whenever I want to. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've always
Yeah,
wanted to
you
go
just, you
there.
just have to request like a visa and you're able to go. But Cubans, the process is totally different, totally harder. I came over here because my aunt petitioned my mom, and then I came with her. But not a lot of Cubans are able to do that. They're not. Sometimes they do submit applications, or they don't get accepted, and it's really hard. So I
Mm.
feel very lucky that I got to come over here and have a better future.
And Miami is basically the new Havana. There's millions of Cubans who live
It
there.
is. It
Yeah.
is.
So it feels like actually the last time I was there, like 2 years ago, doing Miss Universe pageant, and I felt like there are certain areas where I felt like I was in Havana or Cuba.
Yeah. You go to Hialeah and it feels like you're in Cuba. Everything around there, all the people around there, they're Cubans, and
That's wonderful.
you definitely feel like it.
More comments, a lot of positive comments. People are saying, yep, she is the runway warrior. Francisco says, bella y muy inteligente. Lluvia says, my beautiful princess. Clara says, estamos contigo, tu gente de Cuba. I love you, says Yuvia again. And yeah, you're getting a lot of positive input.
Thank
Also
you.
from somebody from Mexico. From Mexico, my blessings to my little princess. They call you the little princess. I think that's so cute. Now, how did your family react to you competing in pageants? Did they have any opposition at all? Did they protest, or were they okay?
No, definitely. I have a very supportive family. Um, I think when I went to compete in Miss Cuba, it was like the runway, and there were seats around here and seats around there. All apart from this side, it was all my family. It was
Wow,
over, yeah, it was over like 25 people there.
wow,
I'm telling you,
that's
they're really
amazing.
supportive. They're really supportive. And especially my mom and my father, they have always gone after everything that I have loved. If they see that there's something that it's making me a better person, if I'm really passionate about it, then they will go with me.
Mhm. Somebody by the name of Jaime, Hayme Vilches. Is
That's my aunt from
is she-
Cuba.
Jaime is her name.
I may.
Hi, Jaime. Hola, Jaime. Encantado de conocerte. Yes, so she's right in Cuba and your crown and the Cuban flag. Wendo says Arriba Cuba. And yeah, so everybody is happy that you are competing Cuba and representing well. Well, you haven't won yet, but you know they think you're the winner already, and I think so too. You're a winner already, so that's great. Now, here's a serious question. We all have regrets. I know I have. What is something that you regret?
Well, I try to use my mistakes to um to make them better, not to regret them. I try to focus more on looking at them as something that I should have done better and how can I possibly do it better. I don't try to think that oh wow, I regret that. No, I don't regret it because maybe that mistake that I did, I won't do it again, and it will make me stronger. It will make me wiser. So that's how I take regrets.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because for some people, sometimes it takes not just once, maybe twice, or even more than two times to actually learn a lesson from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Some people could be stubborn, but for some people, it would take something very serious in their life to actually change for the
Yeah.
best. So hopefully, you don't have to experience that, because I think you're smart, you're intelligent enough to know that. So that's good. Now, every pageant queen or every girl, at least most girls, love wearing makeup. Okay.
Of
Now,
course.
tell me, Maria, what three makeup products that you must always have in your purse or wherever you.
Well, I feel like if I don't have anything and I have to pick three things, I would definitely pick mascara, blush, and lip gloss. Because mascara always makes your eyes pop. The
Mhm,
blush can make you look, give some color to your face, and so does the lipstick.
mhm. Are you don't wear a lot of makeup right now, are you? Because you look very
No,
natural. Look, your
yeah,
face looks very, very natural and fresh.
yeah, I'm trying to look more natural for you and for my, viewers.
Well, it's a daytime interview, so obviously you have to apply daytime interview makeup, correct? So that's
Yeah, I always try to, do a makeup that accommodates more the situation and where I am. So I'm
yeah.
here in my backyard, so I don't expect to be wearing big lashes right now.
I was going to ask you where you are because I like the background. Are those real
Well,
plants?
my mom just did this wall like 2 days ago,
Oh my God,
and
impressive.
yeah, and yeah, they're not real plants. They're like plastic plants.
They look so real and they look so real, but well, she did a good job. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mom. Yeah. Amazing. Um, well, we know that Miss Grand International does not have any talent competition. Nevertheless, should they have one this year, what do you have any talents?
Well, if they will have one, I will definitely go and dance my salsa with a Celia Cruz song.
There you go. There you go. All right. Yeah, I think you'll do a salsa very, very well. Wonderful. So you can dance. Can you sing?
No, I can't. I wish I can, but I can't.
I think everybody can sing in the shower, right?
Yeah, in the shower.
And I think you sound much better. I know I can't sing, but when I want to sing, I usually go to sing in the shower because I know I sound better and nobody
You
listens.
know that singing, I read that singing it is really good. Whenever you feel sad and stuff, when you sing, you let everything out. So it is a little exercise that should be done more often.
I think so too. I don't know, audience, what do you think? Do you think Miss Grand International should have a talent competition this year? And would you like Maria to do the salsa? You know, so I think it'd be great. You know, it adds more entertainment factor to the competition. That's great. Now, of course, we all have our favorite guilty pleasures. Maria, what is your favorite guilty pleasure?
Well, I have to say it's eating sweets.
Oh my God, you and me. Oh my God, I love sweets too. I love sweets.
Sweets. I love sweets.
What are your favorite sweets?
Well, I have a lot of flan, which is more Cuban. I don't know if you know. Yeah.
I know.
I love cookies. Cookies are my favorite, probably, yeah.
Okay.
And I love like cremas catalanas. I don't know if you know.
What is that?
I don't know how to describe it. It's like a crème brûlée.
Oh, okay. Creme brulee. Yeah, I've heard. It's French.
It's like a kind of like a crème brûlée, kind of similar.
Okay. But of course, since you're competing, you cannot have any sweets, right?
No.
If you have to have sweets, you can probably eat some fresh fruit, right?
Yeah, that's what I try to do. Now
Yeah.
it's mango season, and since mango is one of my favorites.
Let's not even go there. Okay. I just had 2 mangoes yesterday. Oh my God, the best. Okay.
My neighbor has a tree, so he's always bringing them here because they don't really eat it.
God. Oh my God, I would love to have a mango tree, but I live in New England and they don't grow. It's too cold here for mango trees and banana trees, but I love tropical foods. But yeah, but going back to flan, yeah, leche flan is a very traditional Spanish dessert. You know, I'm Filipino, so I know Filipinos, Cubans, and Puerto Ricans, they were all former Spanish colonies. So a lot of Spanish influence in these 3 countries. So when you say flan, of course I know flan because my aunt used to bake flan, leche flan, and everything was so sweet and it was oval shaped. She had this special container, this tin can, and she put so much eggs and so much brown sugar and condensed milk. It was so sweet. And the el arnibal, the syrup, oh my God, that was the best. Okay, that was the best. Listen, after you win Miss Grand in Cuba, then you can have all the flans in the world. Oh, sorry.
I will.
Maybe not yet, because Miss Grand International. After you win Miss Grand International,
I'll have one. I'll have one.
You'll have one. You'll have one. Okay. It's a deal then. That's wonderful. Okay, so here's an interesting question. What would you do, let's say, if you were invisible for one day? Nobody could see you for one day. What would you do, Maria?
Well, I will first start with a little bit of background to give you the answer of why I will do this being invisible. So back in 2019, when I went to Cuba as Miss Cuba, I wanted to work in my project, my community project with which is based in cancer with children, and it's actually called A Smile Beats Cancer. I went to Cuba to a hospital that had children with cancer, and I went to take them some gifts to spend some time with them, to get them a little bit cheer up. And when I went over there, it was kind of impossible to go into the hospital just because of the whole situation with the beauty queens in Cuba. The people likes it, but all the political things, they don't let it.
Mhm.
So it was really hard for me to go as a queen to visit those children. Um, but that's why I will basically, if I was able to be invisible, I will basically go back to Cuba and experience that once again, because I would wish that you could see those children when they saw me. They saw me not as a beauty queen, they saw me as a princess from Disney movies, and they were so happy. And for one moment, they got to enjoy some time and just leave all the sadness aside and leave all the terrible stuff that are happening to them with only my presence.
Mhm.
So I would love to go back and do that.
So you're going to be traveling as an invisible person to Cuba. Once you arrive in Cuba, then you can be visible just for the children, correct?
Well, no. Once I enter the hospital and I go into their what's it called? Their rooms, then I'll be visible.
Then you'll be visible. Okay, wonderful. I think that's fantastic. I think hopefully it's a possibility one of these days, everything's possible these days now. So that's great. Um, okay, here's a good question. I know you're probably very content of your body. You're very happy of what God gave you. But is there a part of your body that you like the least and you like the most? Let's start with the most.
Well, the most I will have to say that I thank God for the pretty eyes that He gave me. But I don't know. I feel like I don't find anything in my body that I don't really like. I'm very comfortable with my body, and I feel with all the social media that is going on now, and issues that are going on with stereotypes and how a woman should look and how a woman should be, and how everybody is managing sometimes the social media, that it makes you kind of uncomfortable with your body, and then you want to change stuff. Maybe you want to retouch your nose or do your teeth, put more hair or stuff like that. I personally believe that all women should love themselves, should, be comfortable in their own body, because at the end of the day is, that's what we have, that's our stance.
Mhm.
And yeah, I try to be a little bit more worried about my health, and to care, to take more care of that, of my health.
Mhm.
I'm very happy that all the parts of my body work just fine to do everything that I love,
Great.
to be able to walk in the way, to be able to use my to for some hugs and love and just everything.
So I assume that you will never submit yourself to cosmetic surgery. Never.
Well, I would never say never, just because I would never say never. But as of right now, I am very comfortable in my own skin, and I am very comfortable in how I look and how I am.
Mhm. That's wonderful. Exactly, because I think when you're competing in any pageant or in any competition, they require all the girls to be authentic. Authentic, not only physically, but also, of course, your personality as well,
Or
and your unique perspective of life. So being 19, even though you're very young, I think you're very mature intellectually and emotionally for your age. Well, girls in general, anyway, age much faster. They mature much faster than boys, correct?
yeah,
Right?
correct.
Yeah. So I think, but the more I speak with you, the more I feel that you're quite emotionally mature than a normal 19-year-old young woman. And I think to me, that's a big advantage already. So age is nothing but a number. You can be 19, but then when you talk about your life experience, as if you are in your 30s or 40s, because of
Yeah,
you
correct.
sound so mature. So yeah, so that's amazing. That's amazing. A lot of positive, all the positive comments keep coming in. We love you. You're gorgeous, muy hermosa. Bendiciones siempre. Que Dios les bendiga. and said that us a lot of Cuban flags.
Your Spanish is so good. You surprised me.
Thank you. Actually, I'm going to be interviewing one of the Cuban delegates who in Spanish, so I can practice.
Okay.
I can practice my Spanish with her, and I don't think her English is very good, but nevertheless, that'll give me the opportunity to speak Spanish. I spoke Spanish because I took it in high school, back then, a long time ago, and I just love learning languages. And then several years ago, I made friends with a Puerto Rican friend. Her name is Hector. So Hector and I have been like corresponding, talking in Spanish. So every time he would visit me in Boston, we would converse in Spanish. Incidentally, when I think of it, all of my Spanish-speaking friends are Puerto Ricans. I don't have any Cuban friends. Maybe you'll be my first Cuban friend.
Yeah, how you have one now.
Yeah, so that's great. So hopefully when I see you in Tampa, we can probably practice, talk a little bit in Spanish. So that's great. Now, last question. Maria, tell me, why should you win Miss Grand Cuba 2023?
Well, besides that, it will be more than an honor, and it's one of my goals to represent Cuba in such big international pageants. It comes more from the fact that I want a culture and a community that has had to face so many issues, and they have had to fight for its own well-being and its freedom. I want that culture to be reflected in me. I want to represent that culture. I want to represent everything that we have good to show to the community. Also, I want to change the stereotype, as I told you before, of the Latin woman, the Cuban woman especially. And I just want to come and show the true sense of the Cuban woman.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer, because a lot of people still have these stereotypes, these false stereotypes of what a Cuban person is supposed to be or to look like. Because earlier we talked about looks.
And not even of the looks, and also about the way that they behave, the way that they are, or the way that they could work, or their work ethic or discipline. I feel like I can come on here and show to the world that we're not only pretty faces and pretty bodies, that we're more intelligent, disciplined, and hardworking women.
Exactly. Well said, Maria. Well said. Bravo. Enough of these stupid, silly questions. Now let's have some fun. Let's play some games, baby.
Woo, okay.
Woo. You know the game, this or that. I mentioned two things, and you tell me which you prefer. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Fried rice or steamed rice?
Well, steam is more healthy, but I like fried rice a lot.
You like fried rice?
Yes.
Okay. So when you cook fried rice, what do you put in it?
Well, my mom actually is the one that cooks fried rice. I don't want to say I'm not well with cooking. I want to say I don't cook enough here in my house because I have my grandma, and my mom.
Okay.
But then my mom, when she does fried rice, she puts like soy sauce, and then she adds all the meats, like
onions.
I don't know if it,
Scallions?
yeah, onions, chicken,
Eggs.
Eggs as a tortilla, like a scrambled egg.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's ham too. She puts ham.
Okay.
And
Wow.
and pork. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's really good. One day I will invite you to my house so you can eat my Cuban fried rice.
Okay. Consider it done. Tap water or mineral water?
Mineral water.
You know what? Me too. You can never trust tap water or water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just a lot of pollution. So I agree. I prefer mineral water. Which do you prefer? Bikini or one piece, baby?
Bikini.
Of course.
You saw it. You see it in my picture.
Hello. She's wearing a bikini and she's working it. Mm-hmm. This one, coconut juice or lemon juice?
Lemon juice. I told you earlier I like lemonade.
That's true, but you know what? Being Cuban, I would think you would love coconut juice because it's like a tropical drink.
Um, I don't like coconut. I don't really like it.
You don't like
My
coconut?
I feel like I don't like it just because my mom doesn't like it and she didn't provide it to me enough. So I didn't like it just because I'm very like open with everything. I like every kind of food, but
Coconut.
coconut is one of the things I don't like.
You don't even like the fruit, like that white stuff? Really? That's interesting. You're not a true Cuban, Maria. Just kidding. Treadmill or free weights?
Treadmill.
Treadmill, you know what? Me too. I love treadmill because it's so easy. All you have to do is just hop on the treadmill and time yourself for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes and watch TV or listen to music. And that's it. You lose all the calories. That's great. Singing lessons or dance lessons?
Dance lesson, obviously.
What? No, but you dance well already. You don't need dance lessons. Maybe singing lessons.
Always learning more.
That's true. That's true. Last one. Money or love, baby?
Love, definitely.
I hate you. I really hate you. Why?
No, I'm
Love.
serious.
You need money. You need money to buy.
I know.
You need money to buy new clothes, maybe a new car, maybe a new house of your own. Money to go shopping. What's wrong with young people?
I feel like love just spins the world and goes around the world. I feel like without love, there's nothing possible. With love, everything will come around.
That's true. That's true. I totally agree. Next game. Tell me your favorites. What is your favorite non-alcoholic drink, Maria?
Lemonade.
Of course, I should know that. Lemon juice, lemonade. That's good. Lemonade with some hint of coconut juice, maybe. What is your favorite color?
Red. I like red. And I like green. I have two favorite colors. I like red and green.
But why are you wearing blue?
I just thought that it represents Cuba,
Yes. It's actually a specific type of blue. I think it's cobalt blue. It's like very.
It's like a royal. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a royal. Mhm.
It's a very deep blue, and it actually matches your swimsuit. They're like the
Yeah.
same color, pretty much. Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually like that dress. I like the size, it's the straps right here. Yes. It's very ornate. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. What is your favorite flower?
I like roses.
Roses.
Yeah, I love roses.
Any specific color?
No. Well, I like blue roses.
They don't exist, do they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, artificial, plastic.
Well, but no, not plastic.
I've never seen blue roses before. You're kidding me. You're
No,
joking.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
I've seen
Recently,
red.
I got gifted really big blue roses.
They must be
I
very
will
rare.
I will send you a picture after.
Please do, because I want to see. I want to believe it. Yeah, but they're very, very rare. That's great. What is your favorite holiday?
Christmas. I love Christmas.
I think everybody loves Christmas. I think everybody loves Christmas because it's a special time for everybody to get to whole family to gather, and have fun and open presents and just to really enjoy each other's company. So yeah.
I also love Independence Day here.
Oh
in
yeah, 4th of
USA.
July. Yeah.
Because of two things. I love it because of the fireworks and also because it's 3 days after it's my birthday. So that's why I love it so much.
Oh, so your birthday is July 7th?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So advance happy birthday.
Thank you.
So what is your birthday wish? I think it's obvious.
Well, I will keep it quiet so it could come, true.
Right. Well, advance happy birthday. What is your favorite music?
Give me a sec. Hello. Salsa.
Salsa, of course. Salsa, of course.
Mm.
What is or who is your favorite actor or actress?
I have a lot of favorites, but if I would have to pick one, I think it could be Jennifer Lopez. I love her, not only because of, her actress is, but because of her background as well, everything she does back to her community and for the community.
You know what? She's also one of my favorite actresses because not only is she an amazing businesswoman, she looks fabulous. Even how old is she now? She's like 52 in her 50s, but she looks
Mm-hmm.
amazing because she really takes care of her body very
Yeah.
well. And she's an amazing, good actress. I saw a movie. Her latest movie was on Netflix where she
Yeah.
plays where she plays a
The
mother.
mother. Yeah, the
Mother, yeah,
mother.
mother, yeah. That was to me one of the best movies of her that I've seen. I especially like the fighting scenes where she fought off the men. I just love to see women beating men.
Yeah,
Why?
she's a very empowering. She's a very empowering woman.
She was very
And
empowering. You know, the whole idea of J Lo, beating men and kicking them and killing them. I love it. I love it all. uh, what about actor?
I could say Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe.
Okay. He's a good actor, but you know what? He's kind of sleazy though. Because
Um,
he's like in his 40s and his girlfriend is like 25 years younger than him.
no, but I just like it. Him, I do like it just as an actor. That's
Okay.
it.
But you know,
And especially,
you
and
wouldn't want him
especially
to be your
because of
boyfriend,
the
right? No.
no,
Oh,
and especially because of the movie, The Titanic is one of my
right.
favorites.
Speaking of boyfriends, do we have a boyfriend, Maria?
Well, yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. Is he going to go to Tampa to support you, I hope?
Of course.
Of course. That's great. That's great. And all the support that you need. What is your favorite fashion accessory?
I like jewelry.
Any specific jewelry, earrings, watches, bracelets?
I love earrings and bracelets too. Yeah.
I love, you know what I like, not for me, but for pageant queens, I love to see them wearing big earrings, the big,
Yeah.
what they call them, chandelier earrings. Yeah, because
Hmm.
it really frames their face. So I
Yeah.
think it would look good with big, humongous earrings.
Yeah. Today I'm wearing this, or they're a bit like smaller, just because of the
Oh, they
occasion.
match. Yeah, they match your dress.
Yeah.
Are they clip-ons? Or do you actually
Yeah.
they're
They
clip-ons?
are clip-ons. They're giving me a headache right now.
I know it's like acupuncture, like acupressure. You
I
know.
know.
Last one. What is your favorite word?
Um, I think it would be warrior,
Okay.
just because, I have to face a
Or
lot
warrior.
here in the United States. It has been a country that has welcomed me, but also I have, had to adapt to the whole system, the culture, the language. And I feel like everything that I have accomplished in these years and in such a young age, it makes me a warrior.
Totally. Because I think the only way to win the battle is to fight
Right.
until the end. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I think it's only a matter of focusing.
Yeah, I feel like you never lose, you always win, because at the end of the day, like, if you go into a pageant and you don't make it to where you want to make it, you always win a lot of knowledge, and you grow as a person, as a woman, and that's what I think.
Well, the pageant in Tampa is getting very close. It's like what, less than 2 months away. Now, have you chosen your gown yet?
Not yet.
You haven't. Oh yeah.
No,
Do
not yet.
do you have any
I'm
idea
still
what
looking around.
you're still looking for?
No, not yet. Still looking
Well,
around.
because Miami has several good boutiques and
Yeah.
fashion stores. Maybe you can look around and stuff and everything. Is there a specific style that you're interested?
Um, Not really. I like every style. I'm still looking around to see
Just look around.
what you know what will be better for me.
Does the color matter?
No,
No. So as long as it fits you to it.
as long as it fits you, as long I always say it's not about the dress, it's about the confidence that you give wearing the dress. That's what
That's a
makes the dress
lie. I don't
pretty.
believe that. That's a lie. That
No,
is a
it's
lie.
not. I
No,
could
it's
show
all
you,
about the
and
dress.
no,
It's
I will
all about
show
the
you.
dress.
Just kidding. Now, is there going to be like a national costume contest in Miss?
No, we're not gonna have that this year. No.
Okay, so it's all going to be like based on preliminary interviews, swimsuit, and evening gown, correct? So it's like very
Right.
traditional. It's like very traditional. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. I cannot wait to see you.
I know.
To see your runway. Actually, you do have a couple of videos where you
I
do the
do.
runway, where you're doing the runway, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to review them because I don't, and maybe save them in my iPhone because and you also have some fabulous shots that you did on the beach where you're wearing a bikini. I thought that, man, and when you turn around, I said, man. Woo! So that's amazing. That is great. So so to those of you who do not know or who came in late to see the show, the Miss Grand Cuba 2023 pageant will take place in Tampa, Florida on August 20th. It will be the first time that a Miss Grand Cuba pageant will take place in the United States. And some people will wonder, well, how come it's not being held in Cuba? Is because the Cuban government does not recognize pageants at all, which is unfortunate. But I'm glad that more and more international pageants are actually inviting Cuba to compete and sending queens who actually live either in America or outside of Cuba. So that's great. Listen, I enjoyed this interview. I feel like I've gotten to know you much better. And I think that you will have a tremendous impact on the pageant come in August. And before I let you go, is there a message that you would like to transmit to your followers, to your friends, and to your fans from all over the world? Go ahead, Maria.
I always thank them with my heart. I have no way of thanking them more because everything that they do for me, I appreciate it to the most just because I know I don't have all the tools like the internet and the possibility to follow me more. So I do appreciate everything that they do, all the comments and all the people especially that are here live now. And I do would like to say this in Spanish just so they can understand a little bit more.
Go ahead.
So, le quiero decir gracias a todos por su wait, it's a bit hard to do transition from English to Spanish.
Apoyo. Gracias por su apoyo.
Apoyarme, sí. Gracias a todos por apoyarme. Ustedes saben que los quiero mucho, siempre los voy a representar con mi mayor esplendor. Gracias mil veces por apoyarme de todo corazón. Espero estar en Cuba pronto y los quiero.
Reading again some of the comments, they say, I love her. We are so proud of you. Make Cuba shine. So proud of you, says Sofia Costa. And Big Nick says, she's our winner. You are their winner. So thank you so much. I would like to send a special thank you to the Miss Cuba organization, to Liz Garcia.
No, we thank you.
We
definitely thank you for letting us come on here in your platform to speak our voices, to show the world who we are. We thank you for receiving all of our queens and all of the delegates competing now for the Miss Grand and Miss International pageants.
Oh, you're more than welcome, and I'm very, very delighted to meet you and also to meet the rest of the Miss Cuba organization. And I think it's time for Cuban girls, Cuban women to really shine on stage. I mean, when you set aside the political stuff, focus on what Cuba as a country can offer to the world. in terms of culture, music, food, everything. Cuban history, Cuban culture is very, very rich. So I think it's time for international pageants to be able to embrace Cuban women, Cuban pageants, to let them shine on stage and to represent the country very well. So listen, I wish you the best of luck in your preparations.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
again, advance happy birthday. And to those people who do not know Maria, please follow her. And I think your Instagram account is mariak.vilches, Vilches. I'm going to put all the information in the chat box below so people can follow you as well, and also the Miss Grand Cuba accounts as well. So
thank you.
My dear lovely princess, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Have a beautiful Saturday. And please say hello to your mother, because I just love that fake background, that garden background in the background. So I love the plants in the background hanging on the wall. I want that. I want that.
If I tell you this fact, you're gonna love her more.
Oh yes, please, mamacita. Yes.
You know who took those pictures?
Who? She did?
Her.
Oh my God. She's better than any professional photographer.
She actually did.
Well, should I make it to Tampa for Miss Grand Cuba? I hope to meet her someday too.
Of course, she's gonna make it. She'll be there.
Maybe meet your entire family as well. That's amazing. Listen, muy buena suerte. Gracias por estar conmigo. Thank you so much for everyone, and we wish you luck. And I'm gonna send you a lot of virtual hugs and kisses. Saludos, besos, digitales, virtuales. And I will, once this video is uploaded to my channel, I will send you the link so you can share it with your followers. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for
everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye.